Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, and in this video I'm going to talk about one of my new favorite products for 2010, and this is going to be the Drift HD camera. Now, this is the new HD170 camera that shoots in 1080p, it shoots in 720p, it will take 5 megapixel 3-shot photo bursts. I'm actually a big fan of this, and I just spent a ton of time using it when I was out on my Arizona ride. Basically, it's a 170-degree field of view, and there are a lot of different ways to mount this to your bike or to your helmet. I'm going to get to that in a second. But what you see here is this camera with the external viewfinder, and this is a direct competitor for the GoPro. I know the guys at Drift are going to gasp when they see this video that I just mentioned the GoPro in the same vein. GoPro is a little bit different. In my opinion, the GoPro is a little bit more hard to use. This camera, for a handful of reasons, is on par from the video that it will take, but it's much, much easier to operate at speed while you're riding on your bike, and you can clearly definitively know if you're recording or not, and that's the piece that always bugged me with the GoPro. So let's walk through the camera really quickly. So you have this rubberized external piece here, and I love the fact that it's rugged because I crashed with it, connected to my bike, and it lived. I wish I would have had it on at that moment, but we were trail riding off-road on some big BMW GSs. I dumped the bike and totaled it. The camera lived through. This is actually the camera I took on my trip, so you can see there's some dirt still on it. Basically what you have is a rubberized exterior. You have a very cool external, I'm going to turn it on really quickly here. You have an external viewfinder, which you have the ability to set in different ways. So the battery life on this guy is going to be 4 hours. But with the viewfinder on a low battery, I didn't charge it last night, what you can do is you can bring it up, you can see what you are filming in front of you, and then I have it set on 20 seconds. So after 20 seconds, the camera actually will shut that viewfinder off and just go into standby mode. Easily operatable up here, you have a speaker, you have your record, not record, and you have your menu, which you set up, what resolution am I recording in, how many different pictures am I going to take, am I in photo mode. The other piece I love about this is it's called the Drift 170 because it's actually a slight fisheye lens. It's not so much that it's going to remind you of a 1987 skateboard video, but what it is it's going to get a full field of view, and you'll just notice it around the edges. There's a slight bubble to it. I actually really dig the way it looks. I feel like on a bike or it's something at speed, it actually adds a really dynamic quality to the video it takes. The other cool piece, and I found this out very quickly when I was mounting it to our BMW GS, is that you have a rotating aperture. So basically at the top of the lens here, you can see there's a notch. You always want to orient that as up. That's going to be at 12 o'clock. So if you're mounting this guy to the side of your helmet or to your goggles, you'd set this as up. I had to mount this to my crash bars as well as a turn signal on the BMW GS. So when I turned it this way, same thing as if I was mounting it to the handlebars, I spin this guy and I can use that awesome screen here that I can tell make sure I'm aligned perfectly up and down, but I turn the lens so that I'm up and down. It gives you that degree of flexibility that I actually think that GoPro doesn't have. So I'm going to turn this guy back. I'll show you the clip here on the bottom. And this clip allows you to also loosen it, and it has teeth. And you can kind of set it at different levels and say, if you want to angle it that way, if the way that you were sitting, the way your goggles were on, you want to angle it up, you just set this guy, tighten it down with your fingers, and slide it in. Set this guy back. As we continue to walk through the external features, it is up to a ½ meter completely waterproof. I did ride with this in the rain on my bike with it turned on. It was fine. It kept recording. The other nice part is as I open the back here, which is completely waterproof and has a gasket that seals it, you're going to notice there's the USB in for charging. There's also an HDMI out, so you can watch it directly to your TV in full 1080p. And then down here, you're going to have the battery slot. The beauty is, and there's your replaceable lithium-ion battery here. The beauty of the way the battery's set up is that it has a hook that holds it in. And what you're going to notice through this USB is you can actually use a externally connected microphone. The battery, even with the back open, it will still operate. So you can connect an external microphone to add a better sound quality to the video you're going to take if you want to do it at that time versus bringing it up from a second source and editing it back in. Now from there, I'm actually going to open the box and show you everything that you get. And this is a brand new one. I just pulled it off the shelf. It's the box that it comes in. Slide out the tray, and I'll show you the different connectors that the Drift comes with. So basically, you're going to see here's your brand new Drift camera. My favorite thing by far that this does is it comes with a remote control system. It comes with batteries already in it. You have stop and record. So what I did was, if I was in warmer riding conditions, I could have done this right to my wrist, but then that would take me with my throttle hand over here to my left side. So what I did was I actually mounted the remote control right to the handlebars of the bike. So all I had to do was quickly pull it off. With gloves on, there's definitely a click when you press it. and you know when you're on or when you're off, but you can record and stop. So again, one of the big benefits over something like the GoPro, until you touch the top of your helmet, when you may or may not know that you turned it off or not, you're basically setting it up for an hour and recording. With this guy, I ended up with 40 different clips of different twisty sections of road or different scenic elements of road that I basically put together, and I'm not wasting the whole memory card. You basically get 15 minutes for every gigabyte. I have a 32 gigabyte card in here. So I was recording at the highest setting basically all day. The battery was going out on me after 4 hours before I was out of memory on the card. From a mounting perspective, I primarily have used this mount, which is the handlebar crash bar mount. I find that it actually, on a BMW GS, also can go onto the left turn signal or right turn signal, and you can also pull out this rubberized piece if you need more room to work with. So depending on the size of your crash bar, the size of your handlebars, or the size of your turn signals, you have a lot of options here. So basically what you do is you pull this guy off, you slide it on and tighten it, and then for this guy, there's your on, there's your off. So for me, I was setting it up like this, and then really quickly, you stop at a rest stop, go somewhere to eat, you just squeeze at the bottom, and this guy comes right out. It slides off from the bottom. And it's funny, that was actually a little stickier than it should be, and that's only because this thing was full of dirt. Like I said, I totaled a bike off-road with this guy. What else does it come with? It's going to come with your USB connector, and that's also how you charge it, connected to a computer. And then it also comes with your component video that's going to tie right into the back so you can watch it directly on your TV if you haven't transferred to the computer. Notice the battery comes packed separately, and then in this pack, you're going to have your connection options. I'm going to open this guy as well really quickly. I'm undoing one here. You're going to notice that we have a helmet adapter. So this is contoured and would have a sticky, goes on your helmet. You're going to have the strap that goes with the remote control. You're going to have a goggle strap that's set up for this next connector. So what you do is you basically set this around a helmet on a pair of goggles. It'll go to goggles that you currently have, but you'd put this strap in on both sides here. I'm going to do it to show you really quickly. Kind of like threading the seatbelt in your car. And then what you do is you have this strap and go around really anywhere on your body or around your neck or around your helmet if you want to do it. And you just slide this guy on, tighten it up, and you're good to go. And there's plenty of elasticity, but the strap is strong enough that it holds the weight of this guy, which is only a few ounces. So for around $300, you have a full camera setup that's going to do a lot of different things, allow you to completely mount this however you like on your bike. There is a third-party suction cup mechanism that you can buy separately that fits this guy, that fits the setup. It's not included. But check out more details on RevZilla.com about the Drift HD170 camera. Like I said, it's around $300. It shoots in full 1080p, get 4 hours of battery life, and it'll shoot a burst mode or single shot mode 5 megapixel pictures, which come out really nicely with that nice, like, slightly fish-eyed look. Shoot us a line, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455 if you have any other questions about how this guy works. As always, if you buy it, you don't like it, you can send it back to us. We're going to ship it for free. And on this guy, at the $300 price point, you're actually going to get $15 back in Team Zilla cash applied to your next order. Thanks for watching today. I'm Anthony. This is the Drift HD170, brand new camera for 2010, HD video, direct competitor with the GoPro. Check it out on RevZilla TV and check out some of the videos that we've shot with it. They're pretty stunning. Thanks for watching.
Soft voices that speak nothing to